Let's make some homemade lasagna. Yum! We cooked like quarter of an onion and about 1 shallot. You can use whatever oil you want, but I did bacon grease because that's what I had. And you're going to add about half a pound of regular hamburger and half a pound of whatever sausage you want. I'm doing hot sausage, but you can do mild, pork sausage, whatever this is, pork sausage. And this is like 80-20 hamburger meat because it was on sale. And we're going to cook that down for a few minutes. After the meat has cooked for about 95% of the way, you're going to add in 1 little 6-ounce can of tomato paste. And you're going to cook that down for like 2 or 3 minutes. While that's cooking down, you can go ahead and chop up some garlic. I did about 6 cloves in there, and then we're going to cook that down as well. And then to get those brown bits off, we're just going to, you can do a little bit of chicken broth or wine. I'm doing a little bit of wine, a little Syrah, Old Soul Petite Syrah. And you're just going to go ahead and go like this. Get all those brown bits up. Yum, yum, yum. I added, after the meat and tomato paste, whatever, I added about 3 cloves of garlic. And then, I don't know, like half a jar of this Prego. Mixed it all together and let that sit while we moved on to the creaminess filling. The filling for that is 1 15-ounce container of ricotta cheese. I did 2 eggs and then about 2 to 3 cups of cheese, whatever you want. I did a mixture of mozzarella, Parmesan, one that has like provolone, Romano, Parmesan, also and Fontina in it, and a little bit of whatever you have in your fridge. Oops, there's a mess. Whatever you have in your fridge, you can also add that in there. Alright, we started off with a layer of the meat sauce. Then we did some lasagna noodles. I got this at Safeway. And then some of the cheese mixture. And you're just going to keep going until you're all done. You really want it soaked though, so that's why I have the extra Prego. You can also make your own tomato sauce, but whatever. And you can also put cheese in between these layers if you want a little extra cheese, but there's a lot of cheese in my cheese mixture already. We're just going to keep layering until it's all the way done, and then I'm going to cover this with foil, put it in an oven at 350 degrees for about 35 minutes, and then we'll take off the foil for about 20 minutes and put a little bit more cheese on there to get a little brown on here. Also put it on a pan so that if it does spill, it spills onto the pan and not in your oven. I baked it for 35 minutes and then another 20 minutes or so, and then took off the foil and baked it for 5 minutes at the same 350, and then cranked it up to like 500 or so for about 5 minutes. Let's cut into it and see how it looks. And there it is with all the beautiful layers.